Can an item of clothing be cooling? Yes. Your down jacket keeps you warm into winter because it is insulating, which means that it keeps the cold out and it keeps your body heat in. But how is an item of clothing that you wear on top of your body supposed to cool you down? To understand this, it is firstly very important to understand how the human body cools itself down, and we do that by using sweat. When it gets warm, we sweat. Sweat is liquid, and then our body heat is used to turn that liquid into vapor, and the sweat evaporates away from our body. And the energy used to make that evaporation happen comes from the heat of our body, which means we kind of give off that heat with the sweat and just send it off on its way. Your clothes can support this process by moving the sweat away from your body. This property is called moisture wicking, which just means that it pulls the moisture away from your body. There's different methods of doing this, but the most important thing is that the clothes need to be tight on your body to be able to properly do this. And now you essentially want three different things. Number one, you want the inside of your fabric to not really like to absorb a lot of water. The outside of your fabric can hold a lot of water, and then you need the water / your sweat to be able to travel through the fabric. That way, the sweat gets pulled from the outside, which likes to absorb the water, through the inner layer, and then the sweat is on the outside of the textile and not constantly touching your skin. The sweat can then evaporate and be released, which in turn cools you down. There is also different, more fancier methods. They work with different shapes of filaments, or they work with different chemical reactions that you sometimes even need electricity for. I won't go into those, but this is the basic, I would say, like mechanical method. So if you see a basic t-shirt at the store that is advertised as being cooling, that is most likely what they're talking about. However, if this is a t-shirt that has a boxy fit, they may have implemented these things about being moisture wicking fabric, but if the fabric doesn't actually touch the moisture, it doesn't really help that much. So do with that what you will. Another option for this, by the way, would be wool. Wool naturally has moisture wicking properties.